What's going on, guys? Examples here, coming out with a brand new video, and today's video, as I stated in yesterday's video, we are playing on the Tavern Brawl section of Hearthstone. Now what you are looking at is a minion heavy deck on the hunter side of things. Pretty much every single card in this deck is a beast apart from the Pilot is Shredders, but I needed something to fill up the 4 slot with a couple more minions, so I ended up putting in the Pilot is Shredders. So I have played a few of this particular tavern, like a few games of this particular Tavern Brawl with different decks, one mage and one rogue. I recorded both of them. Both of them were fails. Both of them I was kind of more warming up, getting grips with how this Tavern Brawl worked before I decided on what particular deck I wanted to build. And I was recording it just to see what my opponents were playing, and then I watched it back and I noticed that all of my opponents had no spells whatsoever in their deck. They literally just played minions and hoped the RNG was on their side. So that is what I'm going for in today's particular build. Everything is beast based, solely because we get the most out of this card right here, which is the Tundra Rhino. And we also get the best out of Scavenging Hyena as well as Desert Camel. But nevertheless, guys, I will jump into a game. I'll find myself an opponent, and once I found myself an opponent, I'll see you there. Okay guys, so we found ourselves an opponent and we are facing off against a Warlock, and this opening hand isn't the greatest apart from the Web Spinner, which is a great 1-drop to start the game off for us. So I'm actually going to get rid of Core Ranger and Tundra Rhino and just see what the mulligan actually ends up giving us. It gives us a Desert Camel as well as a Timberwolf, which is another card we get a lot of value out of with this deck. So I'm just going to drop the Web Spinner out on turn 1, see what we get, which is Lightning Bolt, and we're going to end our turn there. So Lightning Bolt in this particular deck isn't great for us, because it kind of stops the curve that we will be going on because of the overload value, not the overload value, but the overload area of the game. But nevertheless, we can get rid of the 2-3 that's on the board very, very quickly and very efficiently, and the Web Spinner actually ends up giving us a Tundra Rhino. So let's just get rid of his card that's on the field, and also put down Scavenging Hyena even, and end our turn there. So we end up getting a Dark Trap. When an opposing hero power is used, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. So Dark Trap will be very helpful with regards to playing against the Warlock that we are playing. But this turn I'm just going to play that out and also drop down a Timberwolf, which gives the Hyena a boost of 1 attack. And I'm just going to attack to face. Not going to use Mortal Coil just yet because he hasn't got any minions on the board. And obviously using it on a minion will be a lot easier and a lot more efficient. And he's tapped, which gives us the ability to use Dark Trap, which goes straight to the face because he has literally nothing on the board. So right now I could go Core Ranger, but I'm trying to think what's most efficient for us. We could go Desert Camel and drop a Web Spinner / another Timberwolf on the field. I feel like that's probably a good bet for us. So let's drop down the Desert Camel and see what we get. So we get our other Timberwolf, which is absolutely incredible. It just means that we can attack to face with this, and yes, okay, the Jouster does trade into our other Timberwolf, but it's not the end of the world. Let's drop the Animal Companion down on the board, and we do end up getting the Leoak as a decent card for a good drop for us. So he chooses to put that into the Leoak and use Hellfire, which leaves our Camel up on the board, which isn't too bad for us in a way, but it does mean that we can drop down our Tundra Rhino and attack to face with pretty much everything for a very, very quick victory right there. Unfortunately we can't use that. I wanted to use Mortal Coil on the face, but unfortunately we couldn't use that there. But unless he's got something that can save him here, maybe an anti-heal bot, we have ended up winning this game, and that was actually fairly quick and fairly efficient. So it looks like to me the best way to play this particular Tavern Brawl is actually to play a very, very heavy minion deck. Don't play any spells and just hope the RNG is in your favour. Luckily the RNG did actually help us out a lot in today's video. But we're going to open the pack as usual at the end of our Tavern Brawl, just to see if we are lucky and end up getting something pretty cool and epic, and I just failed dropping that in there. A legendary or an epic from this particular Tavern Brawl would absolutely be incredible, and we get a Doomsayer. Don't know if I'm going to use it. It's highly valuable in obviously some mage decks, and I am kind of looking into building a mage deck, so I'm quite happy we've got Doomsayer. But at the same time, there's going to be validated Doomsayer coming out at some point in the future. When the new expansion comes out even. So I may play Doomsayer, not too sure, but I basically got an epic after saying I wanted a legendary or an epic from the pack, so I'm quite happy. Pardon me. I'm quite happy with that. So moving on to something I didn't actually touch on in yesterday's video, and I want to touch on very, very quickly with you guys, is when you're building a new deck in Hearthstone now, it will give you the opportunity to have deck recipes. And for an example, I'm going to show you a warrior. Even though I've got a warrior deck already built, I just want to show you this because I want to show you the new features. So in the past, when you built a warrior deck, it would come up with the collection screen, and you could go through your collection and you could make a deck that you wanted to build or you found on the internet or anything like that. And you can still do that by just hitting the custom deck feature just here. However, if you want to build one of the decks that Blizzard has given you right here, all you need to do is literally just click on the deck you want to build and then go from there. So as you can see, they've built, or they've made a recipe for a Reno Jackson warrior deck. Don't really know how good this is going to be, but as you can see, literally everything in this deck has a one copy of that particular card. So the value of Reno Jackson is absolutely insane for this particular build. But nevertheless, guys, you can see that there's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's quite a few grayed out cards for this. But that is glitched to hell. Never seen that before, but there's some grayed out cards. Obviously, when I hover over them, for some reason they're not coming up with anything, which is a glitch that I haven't actually found before. But hopefully if I click choose, it will show, it doesn't show, but if you click on the grayed out cards, nevertheless, it will come up with a couple of alternatives that they're saying, if you want to build this deck and you don't have this card, what about using these two cards? And giving you the option of some new cards to use, or some cards you've already got, sorry, to use. And if you feel like I don't really want to use those two cards, but I have enough dust to be able to craft a shield slam, all you have to do, just right click on the shield slam and hit create, and it will create that particular card for you. So you can either end up using that card or you can end up replacing it. It's entirely up to you, but it's something that just slipped my mind yesterday, and I thought to myself, I want to bring it to you guys. So lo and behold, that is the thing that I forgot in yesterday's video. But nevertheless, guys, if you did enjoy today's video with regards to the Tavern Brawl and also this little bit of information, please leave a like, rating and subscribe to the channel. Links in the description down below will be to my Twitch, my Twitter, my sponsors Nifty Customs, the organisation I represent, and also my teammates' Twitter. Any constructive criticism or feedback for any future videos, just leave it in the comment section down below. I'll read through it and implement it into those future videos. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.